have our official overused Pokemon list, and we'll be talking about all of the Pokemon here. Yeah, and yep, we have made it. They have this is the official one. It's not every single Pokemon in the game now. So these are all the Pokemon that are officially in the OU. Teal, Amoonguss, Annihilate, Baxcalibur, Breloom, Sodalid, Charizard, Cu, Chien-Pao, Quagsire, Corviknight, Rayquaza, Ditto, Dodongo, Dragapult, Dragonite, Garchomp, Gargantuar, Gogondo, Glimmer, Great Tusk, Gimmaro, Iron Treads, Iron Moth, Iron Trends, Iron Valiant. So most of the Paradox Pokemon are here. King Gambit, Rollcakes, Mousehold, and Mouseholder 4. Muskearia, Warform, Corval, Roy Moon, Scizor, Skeleturds, Tinyu, Torkoal, Toxapex, Tyranitar, and Volcarona as well. So these are the overused ones. So that means a lot of other Pokemon have been changed to other TLs as well. And you know, and we have the OU ones, and several Pokemon have been voted to Ubers, so some of these Pokemon will not count in the future. So for the main Powerfin, Houndstone, and Iron bundle will be in Ubers. So these four Pokemon won't really have an impact since they'll be voted to Ubers. But that's why, for example, Houndstone is so low because Houndstone was already voted to Ubers as well. So the number one most used Pokemon that has not been voted to Ubers is Great Tusk, Chien-Pao, Goldongo, Corviknight, Glimmer, Roy Moon, Quagsire, TU, and King Gambit and Psychoizer other Pokemon. So these are all the OU Pokemon as well. The least used Pokemon OU is Iron Trends. Of course, you know, Sword and Shield has around 40 Pokemon in OU. And Scarlet Violet currently has 39 because 38 because around 4 Pokemon have been voted off to Ubers. So it's basically around 38 Pokemon as well. It also have Brilliant Diamond Giant Pearl here as well, and it was 33 here. 4.52% cut off before UU as well. So some of these Pokemon near the bottom may be cut off and sent to UU as well. You know, for example, Luxrio is already in UU. Most of the rest of the Pokemon are in UU. I'm surprised Tatsugiri is in UU, but the Donzo is not in UU. Tatsugiri, I'm surprised isn't used in doubles more. But I think this might be, of course it's gonna change over time. There's only 3 tiers currently for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and some Pokemon that are pretty popular on UU. Tinkaton is in UU as well. Whereas UU just means it's not used as much as other Pokemon as well. So yeah, these are all the Pokemon currently in, and even some of the Paradox Pokemon in UU, like Boot Bonnet, the Amoonguss one, as well, are in it as well. And of course, Iron Force and Iron Jugulis is in it as well. Well, I think as lower tiers are created, a lot more of these Pokemon will be voted down into lower tiers as well. Yeah, as well. So yeah, we have OU. And some Pokemon that I was expecting to appear in OU actually were in OU. So Pokemon like Mousehold got into OU. The Grass Starter and the Water Starter are in OU. Surprisingly, Ditto's in OU. As well. Or actually, all 3 of the stars are in OU. All 3 of them are in OU. But yeah, I think these Pokemon near the bottom have a chance of going to UU as well. These Pokemon at the bottom can still be in OU formats because they'll be enlisted. These Pokemon down here like Volcarona, Mousehold, Quavel, Annihilate, and Iron Trends may be in the list of Pokemon that might have strategies for OU, but they're not just used enough for OU basically. And yeah, Pokemon like Tinkaton are not in OU. Some of the more popular Pokemon as well. I think the other Pokemon that's similar to Sodaruge is not here as well. I don't know. I don't know its name. I know it's similar. The one that's Fire Psychic. That the other version is not in it at all as well. So Pokemon like Rokicks are on OU as well. You know, Pokemon like Rokicks are on OU. Psychoizer is on OU, and a lot of the newer Pokemon are on OU. So Quagsire, CU, Goldongo, and yeah, Pokemon that were kind of overrated. Before, like, oh, they're gonna be in Ubers, and then they're not in Ubers at all. Include like Tigaton. Tigaton's gonna be popular, but it's not competitively popular. It might become competitively popular because this is the first wave of the OU usage. Okay, of course December is gonna change that altogether. It's gonna make lower TLs for Pokemon that are less and less used as well. And yeah, we'll wait to see if these Pokemon will stick around in OU, as people will find a way for weaknesses for certain Pokemon as well. So yeah, and for once in Pokemon generation, a lot of the overused Pokemon are newer Pokemon. Isn't just filled with Pokemon that were already popular. Of course, there were still many Pokemon that have been in previous OUs. For example, Moongus. It's funny, Amoonguss is more popular than the Paradox version of Amoonguss. Pokemon with proven strategies are already in OU, obviously, and might stay around in OU as the hype around the newer Pokemon die down, and which means some of them will be forward down to lower TLs. But again, considering that a lot of the newer Pokemon are pretty overpowered as well. And I think Pokemon like Tatsugiri will probably end up in OU at the end because of doubles. I don't know if OU counts for doubles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. And of course, things will change once the DLC comes around for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well. Once the DLC for the games come around as well. For example, this is the UU stats as well. Some of these Pokemon are still pretty popular in the TLs. And if Pokemon gets used too much in UU, I think it gets voted up to Ubers, essentially. And it'll be in the bottom of Ubers. But yeah, the OU stats for December will not include the 4 Pokemon that have been voted off to Ubers, which includes Houndstone, Iron Bundle, Powerfin, and Fluttermane, which will not count as well. So, which means more Pokemon probably like Tatsugiri and, Tinkaton, which probably will cut off to UU because they weren't used enough because, of course, of the Fluttermane and Powerfin, Iron Bundle, and, of course, Houndstone as well. I wonder if more Paradox Pokemon like Great Tusk will be, and Roy Moon will also be voted to Ubers and Sign Power as well in CU, because a lot of these Pokemon that were in the top, a lot of these Pokemon on this list are Paradox Pokemon and Legendaries, which have not been voted off to Ubers yet. So we'll wait to see if those Pokemon like CU, Great Tusk, Sign Power, Roy Moon get voted to Ubers as well. Some of the Paradox Pokemon as well. And also, it's also funny that the Paradox form of Volcarona is here, the one Paradox form, but the other one is not. The past Paradox form of Volcarona, but the future one is here, which means that one is kind of overpowered. But also the Paradox Amoonguss isn't here and isn't overpowered. But yeah, Powerfin and Fluttermane, Houndstone, and Iron Bundle have been voted off to Ubers, which means they won't be in OU anymore because they're in Ubers as well. So yeah. Which is probably why, uses for like Houndstone is so low in OU because it and Fluttermane were immediately banned to OU. They were both immediately banned. That's why the box legendaries are not here because they were banned immediately with Houndstone and Fluttermane. Powerfin Veda in the month got banned alongside Iron Bundle. I wonder what other Pokemon will be banned to Ubers as well as that tier expands, especially if the other Pokemon get brought back as well. And we might see more other Pokemon be brought into OU as certain Pokemon continue to get banned to Ubers. So that's basically this video here. Goodbye.